Get therapy.
I'm not ready.
Get therapy.
What's going on, WikiManiacs? Welcome back to another Wednesday live stream episode. I'm one of your hosts, Josh, joined with...
Oh, hi.
Throwing it to
I'm
you.
John. Hello. I forgot to take medications this morning. I woke up late. Hello. Happy Wednesday.
Yeah, we just finished recording the episodes last night for this coming week.
Yeah.
Not sure how long this live stream will be because I've still got to edit those. So,
And sorry in advance, WikiManiacs. My internet was really bad, so it might be like super delayed.
It's actually not that bad.
Okay, good.
Yeah. John was having Sean level internet last night.
Oh my God, I'm tired of the storms here in Dallas. It's fucking up all my shit.
Yeah. Good morning from Vegas, Florida, Germany, Russia, Kansas.
Ooh, baby corn dog. Ugh, Kansas. Hello from Philadelphia. Oh my God, I love cheesesteaks. Holy shit.
Haley says morning from Utah. I know, I'm sorry. Toronto, nice. Oregon.
Big game tonight, Josh?
Yeah, we got a big game. Two big games tonight, John. PWHL playoffs also start tonight. With
oh, hell yeah.
a classic rivalry, Toronto versus Boston. So that'll be fun.
Ooh.
Yeah, so excited for that at 7, and I believe the Leafs game might be at the same time. So I might be double monitoring it to watch the games.
Damn. Yeah, that's like me when it's football season. Every time I get Sunday ticket, I literally have 6 TVs on at all times.
Yeah. I mean, you have like definitely the first round of like the playoffs. It's like there's so much going on. You want to watch all the games.
Yeah.
But yeah, so super excited to watch those games tonight. Hopefully Toronto can win another one.
Hey, rooting for you guys because none of my teams are fucking doing anything. So.
You could root for Dallas, John. They're still in it.
Oh yeah, didn't they win like some crazy overtime game or something like that?
They won the second craziest overtime in Game 7 of the first round because Winnipeg won with they tied it up with 1.2 seconds to go or something like that, and then won in overtime. And then Dallas had like a crazy comeback as well. So.
Oh yeah, BB Jasmine. Do I own 6 TVs? Yes, I do. I have 2 in my personal room. One in the dining room, then one in the living room, and then another 2 in the gym.
I want to make it very clear that I do not. I have one upstairs and then one really old one downstairs for our workout room. It's probably as old as I am. But.
And not to mention, I have like so much iPads too and computer screens. I have problems.
Yeah. So we got some stories that we're gonna do today. Like I said, not sure how long we're gonna go. I brought 3 stories to the table. One's decently long. I don't know how many you brought, John, but
I have 6, but they're all fairly short.
Okay. It might make sense for you to go first then, since I'll
do 2, I'll do 2 and then 1, 2, 1, 2, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Because you have 3, right?
Let's see if we can remember that order halfway through.
Let's see. So I have 6. So 3 of them are just like, ugh. You get like, ugh. And then 3, we can kind of end it in like a wholesome note / got you kind of thinking type of scenario.
Okay. That sounds good to me.
All right. Let's get mad first.
Yeah, might as well. We might as well start on the mad and then work our way down the emotional ladder.
I wouldn't really say mad. It'd probably be like, you're a dumbass. So
okay.
We could start this one. And this is the first time I've heard this subreddit. And it's from r/guy cry.
Guy cry.
Yeah, it's the first time. I've just been venturing along on like a bunch of different other subreddits. I'm like, might as well try new things, right?
This is feeling like that's like not how girls work, or like it feels like it's kind of in that vein based on just the name. We're just like guys being insane.
I don't know. We shall see.
And based on you saying this is an anger-inducing one, I'm gonna go double down on that. Actually,
I'm curious now. This is all on the fly, people. So okay, so I'm looking at what the subreddit is called. So apparently r/guy cry. Oh, okay. So about the community, it says we are the empathetic men's mental health movement, the non-toxic center of the world, and the largest, safest, and most inclusive space for men ever conceived and maintained in history. We're trying to show the world what love can accomplish. Kind people are my kind of people. Remember, hurt people hurt people. We all hurting. Be kind. So
okay,
maybe it's like a sane side of Reddit. Hopefully,
I'm hopeful. That is not a terrible
description of
description.
Yeah.
But you never know. We'll see.
We shall see. All right. So this one is posted by Morphe2222, and the title is "Wife is no longer in love with me, has asked for separation, and has mentally moved on, and has already started dating other people less than a month later."
Well, sounds like has the divorce gone through? Like they are separated, so I mean, she is free to date other people, but that, I mean, that sucks. But I don't know. I'm curious to see what the lead up to this was. Like, was the marriage ended years ago? You know what I mean? And
yeah,
this is the final, hey, we got to end this kind of thing.
That's where I'm at. I think once you start asking for a separation or a divorce, there's been steps before getting there. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I feel like they're not really, I think they moved on for a while. It's just the legality or the formality of the situation.
Yeah. Maber Moo in chat says she's been checked out for a while, which is maybe what I'm thinking.
Oh, I thought they were saying they were checked out. No, I'm like, wait,
no.
I hope you're okay. Okay. Well, let's get to the story here. So I thought I was going to be with her forever. And I now realize that it's impossible because I have at least this is a big word. Modicum, OMDICUM, modicum.
Yeah,
it's a big ass word. What the fuck? Have at least a modicum of self-respect. I, 39 male, and my wife, 33 female, have been together for 10, married for 4 years. So 23 and 29.
Okay,
got to be illegal for Sean.
Illegal. Do we have that button? Maybe. Nope. That's that works, I guess.
Oh, Emily, you can't eat breakfast today. At least for my stories, there's nothing gross. Hopefully not Josh.
Nothing for mine either. I don't think.
Okay, sick. So around 2 years ago, she told me she was unhappy and that she felt burdened by the physical and mental load around the house. I listened, took accountability, and modified my behavior to be a better person for her. I do acknowledge early on in the relationship, the workload around the house was a bit unfair, and I did my best to rectify those issues. She always felt burdened by it, and I always made a conscientious effort to make her feel less burdened by it. She's a very naturally anxious, emotional person, and I am a very practical, less emotional individual. Around 2.5 years ago, she seemed to be mentally checked out. I asked her about it, and she said, I wasn't doing enough around the house, and in addition to that, she felt emotionally unsafe. I asked her for the specifics, and she mentioned things that seemed trivial to me at the time, but they were obviously important to her. I did my best to validate those feelings, even though I didn't feel like I was a manipulator. I'm a pretty easygoing person and want people to feel safe around me, both mentally and physically, so it's actually a huge priority of mine, and she knows that, so her saying that stung a bit. Fast forward a few months ago, she asked for separation, citing that she is no longer romantically in love with me. I asked her how would she like to move forward? Like, does she want to move towards working together or towards being apart? She said at the time she didn't know. She then asked me what are the rules of the separation. And I told her to do what she wants because she's going to do it anyway, and I'd rather you be truthful about it than try to lie to me. Less than a month later, she is going on dating apps and going out on dates with total strangers. To me, it's still stepping out on the marriage because I know now she doesn't respect it at all. I know at this point what to do. I know at this point what to do and how to proceed, but I'm the type of person who took my vows very seriously and feel disappointed and disrespected. Marriage is full of high highs and low lows. She bailed on a low point and just can't see myself with someone that that can't do that. Worst of all, we still live in the same house and they put financially incapable of leaving at this point. And I'm just sad that it has come to this and feel as though I was duped. I find myself wondering, this is the woman I married and I'm finding out who she really is. I'm just at a loss. Thanks for hearing me vent. I refuse to cry in front of her and try to remain neutral and as stoic as possible, but it's hard.
I'm with Ray on this one where it's just like, he's like, I don't feel like I'm the manipulator. Go do what you want, but I'm going to use that as ammunition later on. Is pretty manipulative in my opinion. So that's giving me red flags for what the rest of the relationship was like. Also, it sounds like multiple times she had to be like the house load and like the mental load of the house and workload is like too much for me. And multiple times you've had to correct, as well as like emotional manipulation and stuff like that. It sounds like she checked out, understandably so. Exactly, Emily. Unreliable narrator is what I'm getting here. So yeah, your wife is like wanted a separation. You agreed to that. You agreed to the do what you want in the separation, and she is doing that. So I don't know. It's kind of giving me manipulation vibes on his ends.
So one of the top comments on this is kind of encapsulates like what I'm thinking, and it's perfect because Phoebe the fan on our Patreon chat actually was like my third point that wasn't addressed here. So Norman Beats commented, they were mentioning things that like pretty much saying that, hey, like some of the things that I didn't do was like trivial to them. So they said, Norman Beats commented, well, now you see that mentally discrediting what your partner is telling you has the power to kill a marriage. And that's like one big thing, like for me. And I always take pride about like, me and Juliet are going to celebrate our 12 years, like coming up, like being married. Right. And I take pride on like just being with someone for like the longest period of time. And we don't necessarily fight or argue about things because like we're like the type of people that are like not very grand gesture. It's like the little things that we always try to do for each other, right? And I think that's like one of the most important things in like marriage is like never stop doing the little things. And like what she did for me for my birthday and just like the little things that she got me, even though a lot of them were like grand in my opinion, it's just little things like that, like, hey, calling in when she's like out, just like, hey, I'm nearby this place, do you want something? And I do the same thing for her. So it's like, to me, it's always those little things that I think are like the foundation of a marriage. And if you don't do that and you're always just looking for like, someone to tell you like what to do, I think it's unfair because like what OP was saying, and I'm surprised that he didn't realize this, she's taking on a lot of the mental load, both in the emotional aspect and the physical labor around the house. For her to keep going and reminding him that's fucked up. Like it's not fair. And then also, like one of the things that Phoebe the fan says is like in the end she said, hey, I refuse to cry and I refuse to show emotion. Show emotion, my guy. Like that's
you're allowed to.
Yeah, I mean that's the whole basis of a relationship. You're supposed to be with a partner that you're comfortable with. Like I cry my ass off all the time in front of my wife and I don't give a shit, and she takes my feelings into consideration. I feel like if this person did kind of like a retro look back and say like, hey, maybe I was the issue, I think there would have been an instance where this could have been salvageable, or at least they could have took the step and say, hey, maybe we could have gone to like a couples therapy before this because I'm fucking up. But he doesn't have the self-realization, which I don't blame her for checking out, and I don't blame her for doing her own thing at this point. Yeah.
I mean, I get being like the less emotional person in a relationship, like, because that is me. I'm not one to quickly like cry or anything like that, but like I still like shower her in like love and affection and like affirmation, communication. Like I do all those things. Like you don't have to be a crier or anything like that to show emotion
for sure
in your relationship, and you should want to do that. So I imagine this is going to be a better direction for her. And hopefully she can find someone that, doesn't feel like a burden in a relationship.
Or someone that doesn't have to keep reminding like their partner to be like, hey, this is how I want to feel appreciated. And this is how I want to feel like in a relationship.
And again, these are bare minimums.
It's very bare minimum. I don't know. I always laugh and say like, oh, relationships are full of highs and lows and lows. And every time people say, relationships are complicated, they're really not.
They shouldn't be. Yeah.
It's not that hard, people. If you communicate, if you like, keep dating your spouse, keep dating your partner, be their fucking best friend, be their rock at those tough situations. Boy, marriage is the easiest, most fucking rewarding thing in the world, man.
Yeah, lows happen, but they shouldn't be because of your partner. They should be like external forces, like, family member, friends, economy, like those types of things. But ultimately, at the end of the day, it should be you two working together against those things. So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That's what a partnership is as a definition.
I got to give a shout out to Dino BS, who says, I don't know if you can see the Twitch subs, but I am keeping my subscription going in celebration of getting a $10,000 grant to my master's degree. Oh yeah. Congratulations. And then a bunch of the Twitch chat was talking about doing a rich Twitch bitch naming, which I gotta say is pretty good. So
I love it.
And then
wait, if this is Dino BS from a Discord go, I think they got a promotion or they had some sort of like
that could be what it is, yeah.
If it's you, Dino BS, shout out to you and thank you for being constant on our Discord channel.
Hell yeah. And then quick shout out to Kimberly, who sends $1.99 in chat. Thank you, Kimberly.
Thank you, Kimberly. All right, I'll go one more so then we can even out our.
I already forgot. That's what we were going to do. I was ready to jump in.
I remember. I also have like 4 hours of sleep, so I'm going to crash after this. Holy shit. This is going to be fun. All right, story number 2 is posted by Invader Mel. And this one is from r/relationship advice. And I wish Sean was here because he would flip the fuck out. And also, he does have a saying where it says, where are the parents? This is where the parents are going to be. So
wait, I have that saying, I think.
Where are the parents?
That was quiet.
Ooh,
that was quiet.
Perfect.
I don't know if I can turn that up a bit.
Where are the parents?
There we go.
There you go. All right. This one is posted on r/relationship advice. And the title is, my daughter, 18 female, is dating a 51-year-old male.
Oh.
Now for 2 months, how do you deal with this as a parent?
You said 18?
18 and 51.
Dude, that is actual jail.
Mind you, this is from the parents' point of view, okay? So the parents are here.
I mean, yeah, they are. Yeah, that's so fucking gross. I actually would wonder, should you get the police involved? Because it feels like it's I waited until she was 18. You know what I mean?
You'll see on this one's really short, so
okay.
we'll get into it.
I was her pastor or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's just giving those vibes where he was in her life beforehand. Press the button. Okay.
Yes, I'm gonna press the button.
I got Predator ready to go.
Predator.
And then I'll press the illegal button.
Illegal.
Ooh, crispy. Now you got to give your version, Josh.
Illegal.
Oh, I love it. On a Wednesday morning. This is beautiful. All right, let's get into it. So, hello. I've debated posting this for the world to see, but I don't really know who to talk to about this situation. BRB, I'm going to cough. My teenage daughter, 18, has found herself a boyfriend who is 51.
Motherfucker, you can't be called a boyfriend at 51.
That's a grandpa. I'm tired, grandpa. That's too damn bad. My husband and I do not support this at all. to the point where she moved out and is living with him now. He is older than both of us, and we are worried for her, but she and local authorities say it's none of our business now. So they try to get the police involved, and they say, can't do shit about it, unfortunately.
Holy shit.
Has anyone experienced this? How do you deal with this? On top of being an empty nester now, the way this all came to be was so sporadic and bizarre. I'm very depressed, and I just don't know how to just accept this. It's been about 2 months since she left. Help, thoughts, advice, literally anything you can tell me about this would be greatly appreciated. And to put note, no one in our family even knows because I'm afraid to tell them.
Okay. I'll stall, but could you look and see if they have any comments to describe like where they met or something like that?
I was kind of looking at that. Give me 1 second.
Yeah.
Distract the WikiManiacs while I can try to find it.
Well, I think as a parent, you're in a tough situation right now where it's just like the more you push, the more they're going to pull away, in most situations anyway. So what I would say is keep lines of communication open. Make sure that she knows that she's always welcome to come back home. Give her, exit. Like, don't tell her this, but like make her feel welcome to come to you for anything, so that she has someone to come to, because that is a dangerous situation. And if you just, keep pushing and pushing and cutting her off, then she's going to feel trapped and not be able to, get out when she feels like, I'm saying when she feels like it's eventually problematic, but I'm hoping, Anyway, is there any information? That's my recommendation so far.
Thank you for taking the time, because I found something.
Oh, okay, cool.
And then also after this too, like after we kind of reveal that information, there's also like some comments that are like awarded a lot and also like top advice. Want to see if this is something that you'd proceed with, and also want to see if the WikiManiacs is, something that they're okay with considering as well. So OP Invader Mel put, they met while she was 17 and we got the police involved. Therapy was also in the works. We explained to her this wasn't right and therapy was needed as she was a victim of grooming. The police took her phone for 1 month for quote unquote evidence. And at this time, we assumed they stopped talking to each other as police went to his home. As soon as she turned 18, she left and said she was in love with the guy. And now that she was an adult, nothing could be done. We called police and she was right. I will also say that if a teen doesn't want to tell the police the truth, nothing can ever be done. Dude also lied and said they weren't talking when they obviously were. Police didn't care. They just said, stop talking to her. And that was it. When she was 18, they stated well that she's an adult now. No laws are being broken. So they were trying their best, dude.
It sounds like the police really dragged their feet though.
The police were pieces of shit in this scenario, dude. They knew that she was 17, but correct me if I'm wrong, I don't remember like what the actual definition was, but wasn't there like a thing where like some states have different ages of consent or some shit like that?
For sure. Yeah. But like, even, I don't know. I
mean, even if like legally, this is morally and ethically fucking gross.
Yeah. I just so sad that this can slip through the cracks, even when it's blatantly breaking the law. You know what I mean? Fucking gross. It was exactly as I thought it was. Wait until she's 18 to officially move in type of thing. But
they had evidence when she was 17. What the fuck were they not doing about that shit?
Jesus Christ.
Okay, so there are some advices that some WikiManiacs, or not WikiManiacs, but the original subreddit where this was posted, and they were awarded a lot, so it must have been like good advice, and kind of want to see what everyone's thoughts were here.
Break his kneecaps. In a video game.
all you gotta do is tell that motherfucker to use the stairs. It's gonna break by itself with his old ass age of 51. So why no 12312 commented, bring him on in and then spend the entire visit reminiscing about the good old days. Something she would not relate to about your childhood, i.e. Challenger exploding, 9/11, or something similar in your
9/11?
That shit hurt me to my
I guess
soul.
that is before 18 years old. That makes me so sad and old. Holy shit.
Oh God. Oh my God.
Where
My
were you on 9/11? I wasn't born
my
yet. What the fuck?
oh fuck me. My 9/11 story, I was like, I literally moved from the Philippines like 2 months prior. So everyone was crying, and I was just like, I didn't really understand news. Like, I didn't really understand English that time. So everyone was fucking crying, freaking out, and I was just so confused. I'm like, what's happening?
I just I was I don't really remember now. I was like grade 1 or kindergarten or something like that. Like,
Fuck, I'm old. I was in 5th grade. Holy shit.
I vaguely remember them doing like an assembly to kind of tell us what was happening, which in retrospect is pretty fucked up to do to a bunch of children. but yeah, I remember, I barely remember it, so I don't have a great where were you on 9/11 story.
Yeah. Oh, well, basically what their closing remarks was, if you isolate her, you will lose her, which
Yeah.
I agree on that part. And I think this is exactly what that 51-year-old is doing, is fucking isolating her from her family. To which the trend or the thread continues. I'm busy watching TV commented, instead of the parents, better yet, have her grandparents do this. After all, the boyfriend is older than her parents.
That's true.
And then they put before someone commented under that. Odibus commented, "This is the way. Get him to try to bond with you and mirror your use of old person slang. Bond with him over your old person aches and pains." I mean, I can do that. Jokingly encourage them to get married because she'll visit you more often if her husband is in the same nursing home, or say you can all live together and she can take care of all three of you at the same time. Tell her you support this relationship because she'll have a few years of training of how to take care of old people by the time you need it. Rack your brain for everything you did that embarrassed her in middle/high school, and see if you can lead him into saying something similar. Then ask daughter about his plans for his will. And I assume boyfriend has kids and she won't get anything, but your daughter probably doesn't know enough divorce/inheritance law to know this. On TV, women magically get everything in a divorce. No shade to the daughter, but I suspect she's trying to have a soft life by dating an old dude. You should really hammer home how soon her life is going to get hard. And then the last advice, advice that Reddit gave, Harmonia PASB commented, "Kill them with kindness. Coming from someone who dated older men and my parents disapproved, resisting will push her further into his arms. You have to be smart. Invite them over. Treat them like you would a friend. Ask age-appropriate questions. Where did you go to college? What was your first car? What kind of sports do you like? Does your husband golf?" 18-year-olds think their parents are so not cool. Few things will turn a girl off like her boyfriend and her dad palling around. Kill the relationship with kindness. So give them the ick. Apparently,
what's your thoughts on the first Bush administration? Yeah. I mean, these are good advices to maybe get her to really consider how old this guy is. I would have a hard time even being like putting on a face to be friendly to someone who's
same
a predator. So which Bush? That's exactly the
Jesus
question.
Christ, that is holy shit.
So yeah, it's like I would have a hard time with that, but I think the biggest thing is leaving open that door to constant communication with her and letting her know that you are a safe space if she needs you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, any retirement plans, bud? That's a good one.
Death in like 20 years. What do you mean?
What's your 401k looking like?
Probably vested and fucking mature at this point. God damn. What's that like?
Oh, that one was it's very rare do we have literal illegal ones on here. That one hit that though. Jesus Christ.
Miss you, Sean.
I do miss Sean. All right. You want to hit mine, John?
Let's do it, brother.
All right. So, title I guess this one was cross-posted on our subreddit by Domestic Fuck. Great name. I honestly don't know how you got that name. Title for this one is, "Am I the asshole for refusing to let my daughter's fiancé stay in our guest room because I use it for my hobby?"
Your daughter's fiancé. I mean, No, because you're setting a boundary because that's like your hobby place. However, I think your daughter's fiance is going to be family down the line. And if you're going to treat your family that way, I think it's kind of messed up. I don't know how long or like what the duration of the stay is, but if it's like a little weekend visit and you can't help out family, there's some selfishness going on, even though you put a boundary. So I'm going asshole on this one.
Okay. What's your limit for time frame? They could stay
a week.
A
to
week?
be honest.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll repeat the title because some people were still talking about the last one, but title is Am I the Asshole for Refusing to Let My Daughter's Fiance Stay in Our Guest Room Because I Use It for My Hobby?
What's their hobby? Bondage.
I mean, fair to keep them out of there, then, I guess. All right. So 49 male, might be in the wrong here, but I honestly don't think I am, and I would love to hear outside perspective. My daughter, 23 female, got engaged recently and came to visit us with her fiance, 24 male. We live a few states away, so I get that traveling is tiring, but we were happy to host them for the weekend.
Okay.
So 2 days, 3 days max. Now, I've had my guest room set up for the miniature wargaming for the past few years. It's my space where I get to decompress after work, and it's honestly the only spot in the house that's fully mine. My wife has the sunroom, and the rest of the house is kind of communal. I've got thousands of dollars of models in there, custom terrains, and a 3D printer setup, etc. It's not just a hobby, it's an investment, and frankly, a form of art. Which, I mean, if you're never going to sell them, it is a hobby. You know what I mean? Anyway, when they arrived, I had the office couch made up for them, pull out, memory foam, decent blanket, very clean. My daughter seemed fine with it, but her fiance kind of made a face and later asked why they couldn't just sleep in the guest room. I told him plainly it wasn't available because it's not a guest room anymore, it's my studio. Later that night, my daughter confronted me privately and said I was being selfish and ridiculous and that it's just for 2 nights. She said they felt unwelcome and like I was prioritizing plastic figurines over family. I told her that's not fair, they have a place to sleep, and it's not like I made them sleep on the floor. Now my wife is giving me the cold shoulder and said I could have just packed it up for the weekend, but again, it's not like these toys are you just throw in the box. Some of them are fragile. Some are half painted, and I don't want to spend days reorganizing and then undoing all that work just because they didn't like the setup. They left a day early, and now I'm getting texts from my daughter about how I chose my hobby over her happiness, which just seems dramatic to me. I might be the asshole because I could have moved some stuff around for a few nights, but I really don't think it's fair to expect me to dismantle my entire setup just because someone didn't want to sleep on a perfectly good pullout. I have a right to my space too, right? So before you answer, there are a couple of relevant comments asking to clarify some things, which I think are important. So relevant comment number 1, is there still a bed in the guest room? Which I think is a great question.
Valid question, yeah.
OP says, yes, it's a king-size bed we bought in 2002. Relevant comment number 2, did you not tell your wife or daughter that you were planning on setting them up on a pullout in the office instead of the room with a king-size bed that had been established as the guest room? And OP said, I did not. So, with all that information being said, am I the asshole?
I think I'm going to go with everybody sucks here. The reason being, okay, so the husband, like I said, he's entitled to that space, right? He's entitled to that room. However, had not given that context of like, the room is actually set up for being a guest bedroom, I would have leaned more like, okay, not the asshole. If it's not the asshole, because like, if the room is like set up, like there's a bunch of shit and there's no bed there and they have to like move stuff around, those are expensive. So I can understand why that'd be like logistically complicated to do it. But if it's set up as a room, I think like 2 days isn't going to do anything. Again, like this is kind of setting a precedent. Like, hey, your son-in-law is going to be your future family down the line. If you're going to treat him like this, your relationship is going to be strained from the jump, right? I also think the son-in-law is a fucking asshole in this situation, because if someone's already taking you in and they say like, hey, if you're right there sleeping in a corner and you're saving me money instead of like getting a hotel, and like you're being choosy and being a prick about it, I would have told you shut your ass up and get the fuck out of my house. So I think he's pretty entitled on that end. So if he was really wanted comfort and he wanted to like do that, then shell out some money and fucking go to a hotel with your girlfriend or fiance, my guy. So it's a soft asshole for like the dad for me, because I get it. It's your comfort space. I would hate it if people like move my shit around. But also I think the son-in-law is an entitled douchebag. Fair.
I'm going to go with two assholes in this. And I'm agreeing with you mostly. I'm not saying, because I don't think, I mean, the wife like doesn't suck, obviously. But
no.
Because she's blindsided. She's like, oh, I thought we were going to have them in the guest room by the sounds of it. So she's like pissed off that he didn't communicate that he wasn't going to clean up, the room for them to stay in, which I think is kind of an asshole move to not do that for family. Like,
yeah, agreed.
Like they're coming to visit you, obviously. Like that's why they're there. It sounds like. So if someone came to visit me, I clean the guest room and I organize my office and stuff like that because it's one and the same, and I make sure there's room for people to stay. So that's me personally. I don't see the big deal of packing your stuff up for a weekend. Mm-hmm. It's not like you're going to be using it anyway while they're there. I think that's definitely okay. And I think it's okay for your daughter to be like, it's kind of weird that you're pushing us onto the pull-out couch instead of the king-size bed. I do agree. I think the fiance maybe overstepped. Like, it's not, if I'm going to my parents-in-law, I mean, like, I'm not going to demand things at their place, because that's not my place to do so. So I think he definitely overstepped with that. But I think OP was the ultimate asshole for putting them in that situation.
Okay.
For me personally. So
yeah.
It's not an everyone sucks for me, because I think only half the people in the characters suck in this. But
it's definitely just the fiance and the dad that are
okay.
Like, yeah, for me, I'm just like, bro, at this point, if you're gonna bitch and complain about that shit, like, go get a hotel. But also, like I said, the dad is like setting a bad start with that relationship, because now people hold grudges, right?
Yeah,
just be like, oh, okay, next time you visit where I am, I'm gonna make you sleep fucking I'm purposely gonna buy some dirty ass old airbed so that way you can sleep there. See how you fucking feel, and it's just a cycle of getting one-upping each other, right? And that's not a fun way to start a relationship. Like, what story for mine, like when we visit San Diego and like we try to stay at my like in-laws, like they try to fight us. They're just like, hey, no, you guys get the master bedroom. We're just like, no, it's fine. We'll sleep on a couch. It's okay. Thank you. Yeah. Like, no, take the master bedroom, please. So that way you guys have privacy. We'll sleep on a couch. And we do the vice versa. Like if they fly over here, we're like, no, we're sleeping in the living room. You guys get the master bedroom. It's just that type of dynamic, It's like, why are you gonna fucking fight each other? That's not a fun way to do it.
No, I mean, at least, the way you're fighting each other is more to be accommodating, whereas they're trying.
Yeah.
It's like, well, going forward, I wouldn't expect your daughter to visit you ever again. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
So that's kind of shitty to do. Reddit deemed asshole. And Doormat Jones on our subreddit said, on one hand, it's just 2 nights. On the other hand, why have a king-size bed in the room no one will ever use? Why not just communicate that bed was off limits before they came if it was an issue? I'm so confused. Which I think, it's like, why do you have the bed? Just get rid of it. Use it ever.
I think about it. Yeah. It's like, what the fuck is that shit doing there?
Just commit to having it just be an office space or something.
For real. Yeah.
Crazy.
Oh, you want to read this? Oh my God. Lividian? I'm sorry for pronouncing your name wrong. Lividian donated $50.
Oh shit. I missed that.
New rich / rich motherfucker. Story 2 reminds you of my older brother, who's 42, recently found out he's engaged to a 21 female. And my first thought was illegal. Love your guys' videos and this community. Ate Live. Oh, Ate Live. Ooh, Philippines mentioned. Hello, Ate Live. How are you?
Yeah. Where was that donation?
On the YouTube chat.
Oh, I don't even see it there. But thank you very much.
Thank you.
Oh, it's coming in now. It's just mine is very delayed. I apologize.
Oh, you're good, brother.
Damn. Thank you very much for that.
That is illegal, Lividian.
That is. I'll give you an illegal button just for that.
Yeah.
Illegal.
Hell.
There you go. All right. My next story. This one is from r/advice from Scratch220. The title is it a red flag if my girlfriend hides their phone around me?
Sorry. Bobo in the chat said the bed is there so the models can sleep. That makes sense. That makes sense. Oh, fuck. Sorry, red flag if your girlfriend hides her phone around you?
Yep.
Definitely a conversation to have. I think it's weird to hide your phone from your partner.
Same.
Unless it's for like around Christmas time. That's when I give like leniency because it's like, oh, they're probably like ordering something.
Yeah.
So they don't want to see like, I'll do that on Amazon, like because we share an Amazon account. So it's just like, don't check the Amazon orders.
That makes sense. All right. Story goes as this, Josh. Me, 27 male, and my girlfriend, 25 female, has been together for about 10 months. Lately, I've started noticing she's really weird about her phone. Keeps it face down all the time, turns off notifications when I'm around, and takes with her even if she's just stepping out for a minute. She used to be more open, like showing me memes or stuff from her chats, but now it's like the phone is some top secret device. I'm not the kind of guy who snoops, and I haven't gone through it, but I can't lie. It's starting to bother me. I asked her if something's up. She said, I like my privacy. That's all. No explanation. Is this a red flag? I want to trust her, but it's hard not to feel like she's hiding something. And has anyone been through this?
So the first two things you said, where it's just like turns off notifications, puts the screen down. It's like, okay, well, they want to spend time with you and pay attention to you. Taking it everywhere we go, and then her doubling down and being like, I like my privacy. It's like, that's a little bit over the top for me. I would sit her down and try and have a conversation about it. And if she's not willing to even like entertain that conversation, I mean, you don't have to stay with her. It's 10 months. If you're uncomfortable with that, like, you don't have to be there. So, yeah, I am getting red flags like some of the chat is saying. So,
yeah, there's like two train of thoughts in the comment section here. But like personally for me, it's the switch up that like makes me concerned. It's just like, all right, back then I'm someone who never like hides my phone. I'm just like, they have all my passwords and I don't give a shit. You can look through it. All I have are like fucking pictures of Kevin and Chloe all the time. If it's just like a random switch up, like all of a sudden, to me, I'm like, okay, what are you hiding? And then if I have that conversation and she just shuts it down quick, I'm just like, well, just, indulge me, entertain me and say like, there's nothing going on. Cause I want for my sanity. And then once I get that confirmation, I'll fucking drop it on the spot. So it's like, I'm over it. You gave me what I needed to hear. So thank you. So there are two train of thoughts. You kind of went on one already, Josh. So one of the top comments here by YQuem1811, they commented, especially the change in behavior is concerning. If someone is protective of their phone from day one, it is less concerning that someone that suddenly starts to hide it. Like, I'm a lawyer, so I have to protect the info I receive because I can't know beforehand what is confidential or not. So where my red flag is going is just like, if she has been like, hey, don't look at my shit from the jump, I would have been okay with it. It's a sudden switch up that concerns me. Yeah,
because if it's like, oh, I started this lawyer job and I have confidential stuff on my phone and can't share it with you. It's like, okay, that's more like that's an explanation. That's an explanation as to why you're hiding it. You're right. The switch up is crazy, and is like definitely setting off alarm bells for me.
For sure. And then the other side of the argument with that, Sisio178 commented, a couple of years ago, my wife changed her phone password and they put, we have the same one so that each other's phone is accessible in an emergency. That's and smart. Forbade me from going into the closet of her office. That's the same for us too. Like everything is set up, Face ID, like everything. So
I was going to say, we have the thumbprint ID or whatever on each
Same.
other's phones.
When we had that, we have that too. Like, I don't give a shit, bro.
Yeah,
You can access all
whatever.
my stuff. What's mine is yours. I have nothing to hide. And then she was also getting notifications that she was secretive about. I approached her about it and she gave me the runaround. Come to find out, she had planned me a surprise party with my folks, friends, and everything. The password went back to the same the next day. I agree. It doesn't have to be something bad. So
That was my.
it could go either
like,
way.
You know, if it's around your birthday or something like that, and she's just switched up a week before, it's like, okay, well, wait till after your birthday. If nothing happens, then there's potentially other things going on. You know what I mean? Like that's the same as like ordering gifts or whatever online. That's you're keeping a hidden secret for a reason that's not negative. And I like Johnny's in the comments says Kitty hiding.
Jesus Christ. Oh, Stevie hates that. All right. Speaking of Kitty, well, let's not talk about Kitty. My next story is from r/stories by Fortnite Fishing Man.
Ooh.
The title is "The Day I Found Out My Dog Had a Secret Life."
Oh, like I've heard of this with cats where they like go over to the neighbors or whatever if they're an outdoor indoor cat and then like get treats and food there. So I could see this being a similar thing. This would be Kevin if he could get out.
Oh no, Kevin!
Like, someone
would not.
feed me.
No, he's gonna go to the other house. It's like, oh, you have basic kibble. I'm going back home.
This is beneath me.
Oh my god, dude! Every time like he goes,
is this
like,
tap water?
Actually, they don't drink tap water.
I know they don't.
Well, fucking every time we take him to daycare, like, because usually we put like pumpkin in his food and like kefir yogurt, like to top off his food. Every time he goes to the daycare, it's just dry, right? And he comes back huffing and puffing the whole time he comes back. He's like, "You fucking bastards! I eat basic food when I'm like with all these other fucking peasant dogs."
I lost 3 pounds today.
He does be losing weight. I'm just like, damn, boy, you're looking kind of like skinny now. What the fuck's going on? And then he comes back, he fills in like immediately when he comes back. Kevin's a little bougie bitch. All right, the title of this one is "The Day I Found Out My Dog Had a Secret Life." So about 2 years ago, I adopted this golden retriever named Milo. Sweetest dog ever. Loves everyone. Typical golden energy. Tail wagging so hard it could knock over a lamp. We live in a quiet neighborhood where a lot of people leave their gates open, and Milo has always been good about staying close to home. I trusted him enough to let him hang out in the front yard sometimes while I worked inside with the window open. One afternoon, I realized it had been a little too quiet for a while, and I went outside to call him, and he wasn't there. Full panic mode activated, and I grabbed his leash and started running up and down the street, yelling his name like a crazy person. About 3 houses down, I saw something that made me stop dead in my tracks. Milo was sitting on someone else's porch. And not just sitting, he was lounging like he owned the place. Head up, tongue out, happy as could be. And next to him, an older woman in a rocking chair feeding him pieces of chicken from a plate.
Oh, damn.
I was like, Milo? The woman looked up and smiled and said, "Oh, you must be Milo's other family." Other family? Turns out for months, Milo has been slipping away whenever I wasn't looking and visiting this woman, Mrs. Patterson. She lived alone, her kids were grown, and apparently Milo had just decided to adopt her. He'd show up every couple of days, sit politely on her porch, and she'd reward him with chicken, scraps, and the occasional bacon strip. We both laughed about it, and I apologized like 1,000 times for him intruding, but she waved it off and said he was a good company. After that, we kind of made it official. Milo had 2 homes. I started bringing Mrs. Patterson groceries once a week, and Milo got to have his second grandma. He still splits his time between us, and honestly, I think he had the right idea.
Hell yeah. I was going to say, if this wasn't like, we followed up and now he spends like a couple afternoons there or something like that a week, I would have been pissed. But that's awesome. I love that. Milo's got an extra granny, as Ashton said in chat.
Yep, for sure.
That's
Now,
awesome.
Kevin would never. Chloe, however, loves spending time at my mom's house. Like Chloe does not like me. That's Juliet's dog through and through. And Chloe's a girl's girl, so she only likes girls. She hates guys. She hates me.
That's
But
funny.
Kevin's my baby. That fool's attached to my hip all the time.
My sister-in-law just got a new puppy.
Oh yeah, you told me.
Yeah. He's a lab German mix, but it sounds like he's mostly a lazy lab. Or Burmese mix. Sorry, not German. So lazy, lazy dog. Hates going for walks. I don't have any pics. Sienna has a bunch on her phone, but if I
want to smell that breath.
if I get access to them, I'll share them in the Discord.
Ziploc me a bag of their breath and then just send it to me, Josh, please. Puppy breath is like the best.
They got them. I think it was Easter. It was the end of Easter weekend. Dropped them off at they picked him up the day we were there, so we got to see him quickly. He's a cutie.
Oh, it's gonna be is it a boy or girl?
Boy.
Oh, it's gonna be a big boy with a
It's gonna
lab
be a
and a
big
freaking
dog.
sheesh.
Hates going for walks. Is the laziest dog apparently.
Let me smell the toe beans.
All right. Want me to hop into my next one here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this one's posted on r/AITAH by Frost Glistenness. Title is, Am I the asshole for telling my best friend her marriage is doomed at her bachelor party and accidentally getting the wedding canceled?
I mean, are you being a good best friend and calling out all the stupid red flags that their fiance have? In which case, I don't think so. And if the wedding has been canceled, maybe you help them open their eyes about their potential marriage and you save them down the line. So I'm going not the asshole.
What if it was like, I'm in love with your fiance?
Oh, fuck, then I'm wrong.
Yeah, as Fred said, that wasn't accidental though, which you're fair. That's wrong terminology, I guess.
Wait, what was accidental?
If you're telling her like their marriage is doomed and then getting the wedding canceled, doesn't feel accidental. All right. So this weekend was a disaster. I, 27 female, have been best friends with Amy, 28 female, for years. She's been with this guy, Jake, for about 3 years. And honestly, he is a walking red flag. He is super controlling, jealous, and always checking her location. Once, he called her 9 times while we were just shopping at Target.
Bro.
Yeah. Amy keeps defending him, saying that he's just protective because he cares so much. Whatever. That's not caring. That's obsession. Behavior.
Yeah. That's treating you as a property and, have you in like, hey, you got to be here whenever I want you to be type of shit.
Yeah, I got to know exactly where you are and have constant communication. Like that is so over the top. It's one thing if like you're going shopping for a day and they call to check in on you like once. That's fine. That's like a I care. I just want to know you're okay and safe. 9 times to go to Target is obsessive. At her bachelor party, it was supposed to be a fun girls' night, but Jake kept blowing up her phone. Texts, FaceTimes, asking where she was, accusing her of acting single. She kept leaving to call him back, crying and apologizing while the rest of us just sat there awkwardly. After the 4th time, she just left the table. I lost it. When she came back, I said loud enough for the whole table to hear, "You are not marrying a husband. You are signing up for a lifetime of being babysat by a jealous man-child." Amy started crying and ran out of the bar. Half of the girls followed her. Later that night, her mom called me, drunk, thanking me, because apparently they had been worrying about Jake, but did not know how to stop the wedding. Her mom told Amy if she goes through with the wedding, they will not pay for it. Now Amy has blocked Jake, moved out of their apartment, and moved back in with her parents' house, into her parents' house. But she's also blocked me for humiliating her. Half of our friend group is saying I did the right thing, and the other half is calling me jealous and toxic for blowing up her relationship right before the wedding. So am I the asshole?
No, you were being an actual best friend.
Yeah.
You're looking out for your friend's best interest, and this guy better be fucking single because he's insecure as shit. Jake, go fuck yourself, buddy. Oh my God.
Yeah. Like, I understand Amy's going through it, so she's probably like upset and blocking you because she's having a lot of misplaced anger. Like, I get that. Like, I assume she'll eventually like calm down and realize that you were actually a friend to her, and like add you back. You were a good friend. I think you did the exact right thing. It's clear that everyone else was tiptoeing around it, and you were the only one who had the, the audacity to tell her the truth before the wedding actually went and happened. So,
Look,
crazy of your other friends.
It sounds like Amy wasn't in a secure relationship to begin with. Like kind of what you're saying, Josh. I understand if she's still kind of like under his spell because that's what she's been brainwashed to do for so long. Like this is considered normal to the point that, hey, this is kind of what I want for the rest of my life type of vibe. Mm-hmm. So hopefully once, like what Josh is saying, like once she kind of hears it out, that like it's that glass shatter moment for her. Like it's like, oh my God, like I need to get the fuck out of this trance right now because it's like I'm just like, this is an illusion of what a fucking relationship is. And also to the friends that are siding, saying that like she's being toxic and jealous, cut them off.
Yeah.
Tell them to date Jake, you fucking idiots.
Because that's not the kind of friends I want. I want someone like OP who's going to tell me the truth and be like, no, this is like not a good thing for you. I don't want a friend that's just going to baby me when I'm making the worst decision of my life.
I don't want no yes men in my life. I want people to be like, hey, bro, you're fucking stupid right now.
Yeah. And like, it sounds like she waited until like it was just so blatantly obvious that this was a bad thing. Like, she's like, okay, like this cannot happen. Like, you cannot go through with this.
Yep.
Yeah. Crazy. Reddit not the asshole. And Dull Professor said, not the asshole. You didn't ruin anything. You just said out loud what everyone else was too scared to say. Better a few tears now than a lifetime of misery, which I think is a great quote. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then Tamika, Olivia said, no good deed goes unpunished. You did the right thing. She's going to be in a lifetime of misery, but that doesn't mean she isn't going to like you for it. I'm sorry. Hopefully she'll come around, but don't doubt yourself here. Yeah. So you did the right thing, OP. Sometimes the right thing doesn't get rewarded, but your friend will hopefully thank you later down the line.
Oh yeah. Hopefully they snap out of it.
Quick shout out to D Nice, Sean's favorite commenter. Says, sends $2, says, hi, finally made it. Work meeting is over. LOL. So welcome.
Skip that work meeting. Fuck corporate life, bro. All right. My next story. I want the WikiManiacs to chime in on this. And if you're watching this on a replay, comment down below. We'd love the interaction, please. And kind of curious what everyone does for as well. So this one is posted on r/confessions by Zealous Ideal Pay 7176. Title is, I accidentally started a self-care routine and it's changed my life.
Accidentally?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how you accidentally do that. I feel self-care routines are very you think about what you're going to do. I don't know how you accidentally do this. This is weird.
Also, a tornado warning again. The sirens.
Is that what that
crazy.
Was?
It was. Mother
shit.
Oh, I hate this place.
All right.
All right. Story goes as this.
I'm hoping you don't get swept away in a tornado, but also the views would be crazy. So
blow me. I never really understood the whole self-care thing. I always thought it was just bubble baths and face masks that people did to post on social media. But about a month ago, I was feeling pretty burnt out. Work was draining me, and I just wasn't taking care of myself. One day, I randomly decided to start waking up 15 minutes early just to sit with a cup of coffee and not rush into my day. I didn't think it would be much, but those 15 minutes somehow made everything feel less overwhelming. Then I started making small changes, a quick walk after lunch, reading for 10 minutes before bed, and even making a habit of journaling my thoughts. It's been about a month now, and honestly, I feel so much better. I'm more patient with people, my stress levels are way lower, and I'm actually enjoying my days again. I can't believe how something so small, like a few extra minutes for myself each day, made such a big difference. Has anyone else experienced a similar shift from small changes? How did you start prioritizing yourself? Would love to hear what's worked for you.
Hell yeah. I mean, again, that feels more deliberate than accidental, but like, I do understand, like, I love being in routine. I wish I could be in one more than I am. My life is just, it doesn't really allow for a lot of, routine, especially right now. We've been very busy, in our personal, like, weekends and after work and stuff like that. So it is hard, but I do like when I get into a routine where it's like waking up for the gym, have that morning coffee with a bagel or something in the morning. And then, like before bed, I've actually been keeping up with my New Year's resolution and been reading pretty frequently.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Almost done my 4th book of the year, which my goal was 5. So I'm on pace.
Let's go.
So I do love getting into those routines. They are hard to keep on top of it. But like, you gotta try and allow yourself the time to do the things that allow you to get through the rest of the week.
Yeah, I got my routine down locked. I keep that shit follow. I tell my boys like my schedule sometimes. Like I wake up stupid early all the time. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday, I'm at the gym. Either like, 2 classes a day, weightlifting. I start running like 30 miles a week officially, but then or 30 miles a month, but then like it's more about like 50 miles a month that I run. Now I lift all the time. I fucking take Pilates, do yoga, start doing more stretching and all that. And it's just been great, like it's just one thing like I enjoy. It kind of keeps me, and y'all know me. I say this all the time in my show. Like my brain is constantly racing all the damn time. So like if I can find a place where it's just I can just zone out and not think about anything, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
And when I used to work with like people in like in Europe, one thing that they kind of suggested, and it's like something that Americans, in my opinion, don't really have, is they always talked about like the concept of a third place. And I loved it. I was like, so like, I admired like that type of like mindset that they had, especially people in Barcelona that I spoke with. They're just like, hey, I got my house, I got my work, but then my third place is like a cafe or like,
right,
somewhere I can go. It's like, I feel like people should have more access to those third places. But I mean,
I feel the issue with like quote unquote corporate America is that no one has the time to have that third place, which sucks.
Exactly. Yeah. And I admire that about like those other places, because like their normal work weeks are about what, like 30 to 32 hour work weeks. Meanwhile, in the US or like Canada, it's probably like 40 to 60 hour work weeks. It's like, bro, I'd rather fucking be home and like decompress during that time. So I just,
or the coffee shop, like you said, or whatever it happens to be.
I wish that for everyone.
Great. Yeah.
Oh, I'll be just sleeping by my pool sometimes. I'm like, just chilling, bro. I would just wish like people had like those. I wish people can just enjoy life, and I feel like people's mental health can get better, because I'm not going to speak for everyone, but I know it did for mine. So like, I just wish that for everybody, to be honest.
Yeah. Johnny said kitty self-care. That's good. Johnny,
are you me right now, bro?
This is your second account. You're just typing this shit while you're talking, John. That's impressive.
Isn't there like an autopilot for that shit to like make you
a bot?
I don't fucking know. A bot, yeah. All right. So my last story for the day, before Josh closes it off. Let's go wholesome. Let's end it on a high note.
Do you want me to go first then? Because mine is not wholesome.
All right, let's go with Josh, brother.
Okay, so this one is cross-posted by a throwaway, or it was posted by a throwaway account. This was cross-posted on Best of Redditor updates, so there is an update to it. Title for this one is, I, 22 female, believe my boyfriend, 28 male, might be tampering with my toothbrush.
First of all, illegal.
Illegal.
And two, you touch my toothbrush, I'ma beat your ass.
That is one thing that I'm overly protective of, is like my toothbrush. Like if we if we clean the bathroom or anything, I'm like putting it away somewhere so that it doesn't get any spray or anything on it, because like I don't want that on my toothbrush. You know what I mean? Like I don't want anything on my toothbrush.
For real.
Yeah. All right. I don't know if there's anything gross. So people are commenting. Like this one might be gross.
Someone asked if they can eat lunch during this. Is it gonna be one of those?
I'd say borderline. Borderline. Don't brush your teeth while you do this.
Stevie, I ain't do shit. Why are you blaming me about all this kitty wet goddamn situation?
You started.
Have I said kitty wet lately? I ain't say shit, but kitty wet, kitty wet, kitty wet, kitty wet now, Stevie. You gonna blame me?
All right. So this is probably the weirdest and most disgusting thing I've ever typed, but I think I'm slowly realizing that my boyfriend has been doing something really fucked up. We've been together for about a year and a half. He's always been a little passive aggressive when he's upset. He won't talk things through. He gets quiet or moody and gives me the silent treatment, or accuses me of trying to continue arguments when I'm trying to hash things out until the conversation ends. He loves to reset and act like an issue or disagreement never happened. That is terribly unhealthy. Holy shit.
Oh, bitch.
Anyway, a few months ago, I started noticing my toothbrush was being moved. It's electronic and would be off the charger on its side, or the whole thing scooted backwards/forwards. I thought it was just getting knocked around because of our counter space is pretty small. Eventually, I started noticing that it would be wet in the middle of the day or other times when I hadn't recently brushed my teeth.
Kid teeth wet.
One time I noticed something on it like it had been used to clean grout. That's when I started keeping a small spare toothbrush hidden in my makeup bag, which was never moved or messed with. Here's the part that really makes me sick. I finally confronted him after struggling to come to the reality that someone might be doing something disgusting, and said something straightforward along the lines of, "Are you doing something to my toothbrush when you're mad at me?" And he just laughed and said, "You're crazy," and then refused to talk about it further. That's not a comforting response.
I will light him up with gas in a video game.
I don't even know how to process that. Like, what? I haven't seen him do it, so I don't have proof, but I know something's up. I feel crazy, but my gut is screaming at me that this is real, and he's getting back at me by putting my toothbrush in the toilet or something else gross. I haven't told anyone because it's honestly humiliating and gross, but I feel trapped between thinking I'm paranoid and realizing I might be with someone who would literally put my toothbrush into the toilet to get back at me. What do I even do?
Fucking use his toothbrush and wash your ass with it.
And then leave.
And then leave this guy. This guy is immature, disgusting, a gaslighter, fucking someone who can't cope with their emotions. Can't have an adult conversation when they're like feeling some type of way. So they take revenge and torture their damn significant other. Why? Why do you even do this shit?
This is toddler ass behavior when they're having a tantrum and then just like start breaking shit. It's like,
at least toddlers just kick and fuss, but like there's an excuse because they're toddlers and they don't know how to regulate their shit. Exactly. But as an adult ass dude, come on now.
Yeah. And like
someone says, wash your kitty with it. Damn.
Oh, no. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't have much more to say to John. Like, that's disgusting. That is, beyond something. And even my worst enemy, I wouldn't wish on that. I would. I might wish it on this guy. But yeah, like, this is like crazy. And then beyond that, like, when you confront him with it, he just goes, "You're crazy," and then doesn't talk about it. Like,
For real.
that's so fucking weird. Like, the alarm bells are going off, and you're better off just to leave him. So there is a comment from Borg Cubed says, "Just break up. The fact that he's moody and gives you the silent treatment is enough already. It's immature and exhausting behavior. But if you have this gut feeling about your toothbrush, just trust it and leave. You don't need proof. You don't need a good enough reason." Also, his response is bogus. If my husband asked me if I had tampered with my toothbrush, if I had tampered with his toothbrush, I'd reassure him, not call him crazy. Then I'd give him a new toothbrush from my stash if he doubted it. His response of calling you crazy is just unkind and doesn't explain your legit concern. Does he gaslight you this in other ways, like this in other ways? Jeez. There are so many other men out there that you won't have to worry about this. Just dump him. To which OP responds and says, "I think I knew that already. I was just going to need to be reassured to get the courage, and I've been too embarrassed to talk about it in real life. He's asleep right next to me right now, and I haven't been able to sleep all night thinking about this dumb shit, so I made a throwaway. I don't even know if he gaslights me like this, but he definitely believes there is a give and take to everything, and if I upset him, then in turn he has the full rights to retaliate towards me, whether he mentions the issue to me or not. He's demeaning and discouraging me from attending classes, so I don't know what I was holding on to our relationship and feelings. I was holding on to old relationships and feelings. I could tell he thought me realizing was genuinely funny. Ugh." So it sounds like he's also restricting her from going to classes, which is fucking gross and controlling.
What does this guy offer in that table? Nothing.
Well, it's like she admitted there. It's like holding on to old friendships and feelings. But I hope, Reddit gave her the courage to get out of that. And there is an update. So
Okay.
When I wrote the first post, I felt sick, confused, and honestly ashamed. I didn't think anyone would even read it, let alone respond, but I did get some responses, and a lot of them. And something about that, being seen in a situation I've been quietly drowning in, shifted something in me. I didn't give him another chance because I couldn't believe what was happening. I gave him one because part of me still wanted him to redeem himself. I wanted him to see how scared I was, how small he made me feel, and do something decent for once. After the first night I posted here, I thought maybe if I brought it up again calmly and gave him a real opening to be honest, he might finally do the right thing. Instead, he doubled down.
Oh, Jesus.
This time he implied it might be his daughter, an 8-year-old girl. He shrugged and said, "Kids do weird stuff like that. Maybe she's been playing a trick on you." And when I tried to bring up how unsafe and confused I felt for months, how he used to leave my food out on purpose when he was mad, how he pushed me to drop both work and school, how isolated and anxious I'd become, he brushed it all off. Said they were just normal relationship disagreements that could have been worked through if I communicated better. Says the fucking guy.
No. You gotta use his daughter to blame. Get the fuck out of this guy.
Yeah.
Knock his teeth out. Not in a video game.
Yeah, make it so he doesn't need a toothbrush anymore.
Exactly.
It was so dismissive, it actually stunned me. I realized that in that moment, that nothing I said even mattered to him and never had. So I dropped it. I smiled. I pretended to believe him. I told him it was probably all just in my head. I didn't expect anyone to respond when I reached out. I've been so cut off from everything, but one of them did pretty much did immediately, like she was waiting to hear from me again. So I think one of her friends. She told me I could crash on her couch for a few weeks while I find a job back in my home state. Probably bartending or waitressing again. I don't care. I just need out. She waited for me at a restaurant nearby. All I had to do was text her the second he left to drop his daughter off with her mom. The moment that door closed behind him, I grabbed everything I could carry, just a couple bags, and I left the big stuff behind without even looking back. It took 6 hours to get back home, but here I am, safe. My body already feels different. Of course, I've already gotten texts, his daughter's mom, her family, asking where I've gone and begging me to come back or saying the kids will miss me, that I was so good with her and that they need help. And yeah, I will miss her too. I really will. She didn't ask for any of this. I'm not doing this for anyone else anymore. I'm doing this for me, for the version of me who used to have friends, who used to go out and had a whole future planned. Thanks to everyone who commented and reminded me that being scared in your own home isn't normal. Y'all helped me find the nerve to leave. This will be my only update on Reddit probably, but if anything exciting happens, maybe I'll come back to this throwaway account and let y'all know. So, the happy ending.
I hate that guy.
Yeah. Piece of shit.
Oh my God, it's piece of shit. Blaming the kid. And if it was even like an ounce of being a good father, first of all, blaming the kid is absurd as shit, right?
Yeah.
A good father would be like, hey, if it was the kid, like let's go talk to them and have a conversation. That's something that you shouldn't do. You know, like that's an adult thing to do. But this motherfucker is using that kid as an excuse. And I do feel bad because it seemed like OP had like a great relationship with them. And at the end of the day, her safety is what counts, right?
Yes.
And if she's not unsafe in her home, it's like what they say in the airplanes, you got to put on your mask first. So like, I hope the kid like has some sort of safety through like his mother, maybe like, you know, not have any fucking visitation or some shit with the current dad. Cause it's like, this guy sounds scary, bro. Like he doesn't know how to regulate any of his emotions. And he has the audacity to tell her to communicate better when he doesn't even know how to fucking open his mouth.
Yeah.
I hate this guy so much.
Piece of shit. I got, this is on brand, but I got an emergency alert while that story was being.
also, I was distracted because my fucking mom was like, hey, tell John not to soak. I'm like, God damn it, mom. You're my mom for real.
What's it called? Paternity test needed.
Hell nah. I'm your fucking product, mother. I am my dad's son and you are my mother.
Jesus.
Oh man. Yeah, my household's unhinged, bro. Like none of us have any ounce of maturity whatsoever. Shout out soaking. All right, so I guess we're gonna end this on a high note.
Yeah, we got to after that.
Let's do it. This one is posted on Casual Conversation by Successful Lower Scorer Unit 8203. The title is, I've been secretly learning my deaf coworker's native sign language for 6 months. Today, I finally used it.
Okay. This is going to be a nice one.
It is going to be a nice one.
I like it.
All right, story goes as this. I work in a small bakery, and about 8 months ago, we hired Sarah. She's deaf and usually communicates through writing notes or basic ASL with a few coworkers who know some signs. But I noticed she video calls her family in a different sign language. Turns out she's originally from the Philippines. So that's why I picked the story.
Hell yeah.
And Filipino Sign Language is her first language. So I started learning FSL in secret. YouTube tutorials during breaks, online classes after work, practicing in front of my bathroom mirror every night. It's been incredibly hard keeping it from her because we work closely together, but I wanted to wait until I was somewhat decent at it. Today was her birthday, and when she came in for her shift, I signed, "Happy birthday. I hope you have a wonderful day" in FSL. Guys, the look on her face, she literally dropped the bag. Then she started rapid firing signs at me with the biggest smile I've ever seen. I'm just like, damn, this is some like Naruto hand signing right now, bro.
It's like when you've done like the basic, not Duolingo anymore because fuck them, but you do like the basic app learning language and you learn like hello or whatever in another language. Then you go to the country and you say that, and then they just start going in on that language. You're just like, shit, that's all I knew.
I don't know shit, so I'm just like,
wasn't that like Sean in Quebec? He said something in French, and then they just explained the whole menu in French, and he was just like, I didn't understand any of that.
Yeah, they ordered it like hella raw. It's like, I'll take all of that. They're just like, dude, we just told you, like, because they asked them like, hey, would you be comfortable in English or would you be comfortable with us speaking in French? They're like, now we got the shit. We know what you're talking about. Oh, sorry. Guys, the look on her face, she literally dropped her bag. Then she started rapid firing signs at me with the biggest smile I've ever seen. I had to awkwardly sign, sorry, please slow down. I'm still learning. She laughed so hard, she had tears in her eyes. We spent our entire lunch break with her teaching me more signs and telling me about growing up in the Philippines. She said she hasn't been able to properly talk to anyone at work in her native language since moving here. And while she loves ASL, FSL just feels like home. She just texted me saying she called her mom to tell her about it, and her mom apparently cried. I'm not sharing this to brag. I'm just really happy. It's amazing how something that took just a few hours a week could mean so much to someone. And now I have a new friend who's promised to help me get better at signing.
Hey, that's awesome. I mean, for them, it's probably very comforting to be able to talk to someone in their native language, because, learning, ASL is a whole thing, and I'm sure that they feel more comfortable talking in their own native language. So that's awesome. I love that you did that for them, and it's a beautiful story.
This always reminds me of like those wedding videos where like a bride or a groom like secretly learns like another language to say the speech, say to the parents and say to the spouse. I think that's an ultimate form of love because it's so difficult to learn language.
It is.
It's like, I think like what Mandarin, it takes like 7 some years to even be kind of good at it or some shit like that. So yeah, a lot of the words in Tagalog are like very Spanish like influence, and I still can't speak a lick of Spanish. So I'm like, I wish I could. So
I'm gonna be honest. There was a time when I was on, I forget which learning app it was. It might have been Rosetta Stone or something like that. And I was like looking through the languages that they teach, and I could not find Filipino. It's not on any of them that I look.
It's probably listed under Tagalog.
No. Like I looked for that as well.
Really?
And there was nothing. Like,
that's racist.
I know. It's like, what the fuck? I don't know if I just was looking at, but because like I went through the languages, Tagalog was not there. So is there one that does teach Tagalog? Because that would be super cool to learn.
I don't know. I should look into it. Probably Rosetta Stone has it, right?
Well, that's why I looked though.
Did they not? Oh, I don't know. Maybe. But also like, when you go to restaurants and it's like another ethnicity or another culture from you, and you just say thank you in like their language, man, like their eyes be opening up like crazy. And it's like, sometimes we get a bunch of free shit by just saying, like, oh, thank you. Like, this food was really good. Like, when we went to Japan, we just kept saying, they're just like, oh, we don't know how to speak Japanese, but we're just like, oh, this food, oishi, like it tastes delicious. And they're like, oh, come eat some more. Type shit. I'm like, don't tempt me with a good time because I'll fucking run your store down. Yeah. Languages is beautiful, especially when it's like shared. And if I see people with like deep appreciation with like other cultures, I always like, think they're a decent person if they try to like relate to them in like that type of fashion. So it's good on OP that they did this for their friend.
Yeah, for sure. Quick shout out to Fred, sends $5, says off topic, but who else is enjoying the epic musical lately? If so, what's your favorite song from it? Mine has been Open Arms and Polyphemus.
What's epic musical?
I also don't know that. So I was wondering if you had watched it.
What song is it? So now I come to you with open arms. Is it that song, Fred?
I don't know. Anyway, I'm interested.
I don't know what that is.
But if anyone else knows, like, comment yours down in the comments. There was another shout out I had here. I don't know where it is.
Lena the Con.
There it is.
Yeah. They put, thanks for always being awesome, guys. I look forward to these live streams so much. I feel like I'm starting to annoy Josh, so I increased my donation amount. Kitty wet, nah, I mean.
That doesn't annoy me. I've been reading kitty comments the whole episode.
I love it. Kitty, keep coming, baby. Come on.
Oh, fuck. But yeah, that is all we got today. I got to get off and finish editing Friday's episode. so that I can go.
He
out
has to get off because kitty wet, baby.
Nope. But yeah, this will be posted sometime later this afternoon, probably within the next 4 or 5 hours. It'll be available to everyone, so you can enjoy it. Spotify, YouTube, Patreon, wherever you want to check it out.
Yeah, so once this is uploaded, just to confuse the fuck out of everybody who hasn't watched this, please comment kitty wet down below. Thank you.
Yes, exactly. John, I hope the tornado warnings go away for your sake.
I'm ready. I had a good life.
Also, no, Jesus Christ. Also, for YouTube members and Patreon members, I just posted the combined episode for all the bonus stories we did in April. So if you are a new, YouTube member or Patreon member, you can check out all the bonus stories we did over the past month in one episode. So we put that together for you. But yeah, John.
Oh, also, $10 patron. We're going to have our live stream next week. It's going to be with Sean. Also, the first episode of the Brownies is also going to be coming out next Tuesday.
Ooh.
So Tuesday has not been replaced. We still have Tuesday episodes for $10 patrons. It's just going to be Sean and I because he wanted to cancel Tuesdays. And don't let him tell you otherwise.
Also, we have new merch up.
Yes.
RedditOnWikiShop.com. Shout out to Joy for our new merch. It's row with a flower on it. It's
John said it's Mayflowers and it's cutesies.
I do enjoy it. I actually might get one. I think Sienna would like that. So I will definitely be buying one. So yeah, go check that out. RedditOnWikiShop.com. Half the profits or proceeds, whatever it is, I'm not going to correct myself. They will be.
That's a bit at this point.
Yeah, they'll be going to a charity of our patrons' choice. Yeah, so thank you very much,
Fred. Gato mojado. It's kitty wet.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll live stream John teaching me Tagalog.
It's just going to be a bunch of profanity.
We'll get demonetized immediately.
Mabasa ang pusa.
Whoa. It sounds nice. All right. Thank you very much, WikiManiacs, for another amazing episode. We'll see you on Friday. Bye.
Gang, gang.
Therapy.